my name is Nicholas Montez, and you're watching my YouTube channel, Nicholas Montez. Welcome back to another YouTube channel video, everybody. I'm so excited to have you all back here together again. And in today's video, we're going to be discussing A Quiet Place Part 2. The long-awaited sequel that everybody has been waiting for since 2018, or when the movie was announced. Before we get started with the review, I just gotta say that I wasn't planning on reviewing A Quiet Place as of right now. I was not planning to review it today. My original plans, so we had two new releases that came out today. We had Cruella, which came out in theaters as well as on Disney Plus for Premiere Access. And obviously, Cruella, the 101 Dalmatians movies, I do like. The original animated film I do enjoy, and the remake I actually am starting to like a little bit more. But the trailers haven't really excited me. But I really kind of wanted to watch it, mostly because I'm a huge Disney fan of Disney movies, and I thought that it would be a perfect film to watch for the end of May and leading into summer. But we'll be planning that for another day. But then you had A Quiet Place 2. And after seeing A Quiet Place 1 last Saturday, I initially said that I wanted to watch this film in theaters instead of Cruella. But don't worry, my review for Cruella, my late review for Cruella will be coming, I believe, in the next 2 weeks. Hopefully, we'll see. Probably could be later. Who knows? But it's that plan isn't in stone yet. But with that said, let's get started talking about A Quiet Place Part 2. So for me, right off the bat, this movie literally gives you more stuff that you loved about the original film. Once again, this film gives you bigger scares, actually not just scares, bigger jump scares, bigger action stuff. Like, the whole thing about the movie is just bigger than ever. So right off the bat, the way it continues this world after A Quiet Place 1, the way it kind of continues this family, it's done in a very interesting way, where this family has very cool character arcs as they've just been through something very horrifying that's been going on. So first off, right off the bat, with that opening sequence explaining how this world became a quiet place, just thought was a very cool way. There was a lot of great jump scares. You felt the intensity and tension of the film, and it was just such a very cool scene. And then, like, once you get to the family in the present day, I thought that was a very good stuff. But there's a scene in the movie that I'm not going to spoil. I know I spoil the movie sometimes, but I'm not going to do it this time, because there's a certain scene where I was like, ooh, no. It's like, it's painful. Someone gets hurt. Another thing is that the characters, because we saw this family after them being on this adventure, we see these characters in different ways, where each character, because of what happened in the original film, each character is given something new to be done. With the mom, with Emily Blunt's character, she can't really do much because she has a baby and she has to protect it, but she's still an adult, and she's still part of the crew with the guy from the baseball game, and, you know, trying to defeat these alien creatures. With the daughter, she's trying to find a way to she's trying to find ways to get away from this world, and trying to save the family, which I thought was really good. The brother, really sure if he had some new role in the film. All I can say is the acting of him was actually really good for the stuff that he got. But now let's talk about the new character that we got, which was the guy from the baseball game. And I actually really liked his character. I thought that his arc was actually really well done, where he starts out as this character that saves the family, and then as you see his interactions with the daughter, it's like, this is great. Like, they have great interactions, and it's like the way he doesn't know how to do sign language. It's like, it's kind of cool how they connect with each other, and I thought that was a very cool and beautiful way. And you know, it's another one of those arcs where a character has I feel like with this film, it handles the story of loss, because it explains of how this town became a quiet place. It does it very well. Another thing is that is there nothing I liked about the movie? Oh, and also, if you think that A Quiet Place, if you think that this film's just gonna continue, where the family left off, it does do that, but it doesn't just focus on the family itself. It does start off like that once you get back to the real world after the first one, but once you get into the movie, it starts to introduce some new characters. Some characters we've seen in the opening scene, but some new characters in the mix to get the story moving forward and to see what their lives are like. During this alien apocalypse, this quiet apocalypse. So I thought that was a very cool way. So that's really everything I liked about A Quiet Place Part 2, but now let's move on to the bad. And I have a couple of issues with the film. First off, I feel like the way the dialogue was handled, now obviously, all the words here were fantastic, but when you get to the scene after the guy from the baseball game rescues the family, I think that when the guy is talking to Emily Blunt's character, it's kind of hard to understand. Maybe it's just because usually with movies these days, since I'm watching them from home, I usually have subtitles, and in movie theaters I don't. They technically did have a couple of subtitles because, you know, the girl's deaf, so she has to use sign language. But some of the wording in that scene was just kind of hard to understand. Another thing that I didn't like is I just didn't understand that scene where the guy from the baseball game and the daughter were out on the boat, and then you have these guys coming over, but then they still get killed, and I'm like, are they zombies? Were they hypnotized by the aliens, or are they just normal humans? So it didn't really make sense of that. And then also, there's just a couple of scenes that just feel kind of too long, and once you kind of get to the end of that scene, you feel like that's going to be the end of the film, but it's not. The movie still continues forward, and it's like, this is kind of a weird way to put it in the middle of the film. And so that was just one of the biggest problems with the film. But that's really it. This movie is really good. It has great jump scares, great action, great character arcs, great music, great way to continue the world after A Quiet Place, and it's just a great film. So I love this movie, and one of the best movies of this year so far. So that is my review for A Quiet Place Part 2. Before I give you my score, be sure to tell me down below what you guys think about A Quiet Place Part 2. Did you guys love it? Did you guys hate it? Right in between. Let's get some nice discussions going. With that said, let's get on with my scores. Alright, so that is it for my review for A Quiet Place Part 2. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you like, comment, and subscribe. My Instagram name is Marvel6. My TikTok name is Marvel1Fan. If you guys don't understand those names, head to my bad section so you can follow me on all social medias. I'm also on Letterboxd. It's the same name as my Instagram, Marvel_6_, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.